Hello all, is all here, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing a rune guide for Baretta. Just before we crack on to that, I just want to say to everyone, I appreciate everyone who subscribed and liked me so far. I really do appreciate this. Without further ado, let's crack on with his attack. So, Baretta attacks all enemies and grants continuous damage effect for 6 seconds, which is 2 dots. So that's his attack. So let's move on to early game. So into early game, when you get Baretta, he's only a rare card, so you should have him. The best rune that I would equip him in early game is the energy rune, which gives him 15% extra HP. Although he is an attacking monster, I do feel that he is quite squishy as a character, and given that extra little bit of health boost would just benefit him in the early game, trying to make him survive a little bit longer to get those dots off. Also, in early game you may come across his grey stone, and that gives you an extra 20% accuracy. Now this is great, stick him on him in the early game because it's a great stone early game, because you need that accuracy so you can land as many dots on the enemy as possible. So let's move on to mid game. So now into mid game, where we've unlocked the majority of the runes. The one that I would now switch to is the focus rune. Gives you an extra 30% accuracy, so you're landing those dots. I would now upgrade your green runes to now purple, and I would also make sure you have health and accuracy on them, just so you can land those dots more with the more accuracy. You're trying to aim for about 50%, and just getting some more health in him so he sustains a little bit more damage and stays on the battle for longer. Now halfway coming through mid game, you get the green stone, which grants glancing hit up by 1, which gives the enemy 10% chance of getting a glancing hit, which does less damage than normal. So because we've got the focus rune on, the green rune is the one you want to have on. It just helps the team potentially take less damage in the battle. So let's swing into the late game. Okay, landing at the late game then, where we've unlocked all of the runes. The rune that I would now go for is the violent rune. This has a 30% chance of getting the card back once you use it, and this is great for applying much more dots onto the enemy team. Or you cast a spell, wait for a cleanse, and you cast a spell right back at them. So violent is definitely the one you want for Baretta. Going into the secondary runes now, I would go for accuracy, still giving you that 30% just so you're landing those dots. Unless you get a good accuracy percentage on the violent and the will runes, because will be the second option I got, which just gives you that immunity for 90 seconds when you first start the battle, which is useful. However, with the runes using violent, you've got to make sure you have some good accuracy and HP. Again, you're looking for about 50 to 60% accuracy to really hit hard on the dots, so that's where you want to go with that. Hopefully in late game, if you're lucky enough to pull his purple stone, this increased his dots to 9 seconds, which basically is a 3 tick. This is pure hands down the best stone for Baretta, having 3 ticks of continuous damage with the violent rune. You can cast it twice and 6 ticks of damage if they don't cleanse is just an absolute killer if you can get it right. So violent runes in late game is a must for Baretta. Okay, so just bringing this down then, so you now know the best runes for Baretta in early, mid and late game. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you agree, disagree, got other comps that you use. That would be great to know. Please leave a like on this and subscribe. I'm trying to aim to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm about halfway through the monsters at the minute, and I've got some really good content coming up, so I'd love for you all to be enjoying that. Right, thank you for this. On to the next one.